Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie, I am the Introverted Reader, and today's video is going to be the TBR for the month of August. I get wild, where are the months even going? So I have 6 books here that I'm going to try and get to in the month of August. Now, at the risk of repeating myself, this year I've been doing a lot of rereads, either simply because I want to, or because I've had series on my shelf that I've had for a while where the next book in said series has come out. So we're rereading the previous books in order to be prepared, just to refresh the memory. So yeah, that's mainly what I've been doing nearly this whole year, actually, and it's going to continue. Hopefully at some stage I can go out book shopping and maybe get some new books, because the library's looking very sad and I feel like I've earned it, you know? I feel like I've earned it. So I'm gonna take a drink of water. You go take a drink of water as well. Go, seriously, pause the video and then go get a drink and then come back. Did you get your water? I hope you did. Anyway, so let's talk about the books that I want to read. So starting from the actually, you know what? We'll start with this one. It's just so as I can get this one out of the way. So the Introverted Reader book club pick for the month of August is going to be Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. Woo! This is Holly Jackson's newest release. This is her first adult thriller, I believe. I've read all of her other ones, which have been young adult. Good Girl's Guide to Murder, love. Five Survive, not so much. Five Survive wasn't great. But reappearance of Rachel Price, I was like, yes, this is the Holly Jackson that I know and love. Yes, I love this. Now this one, again, adult thriller. So in this one, we're following a girl called Jet. She is 27 years old. And one night on Halloween, is it? Yes, on the night of Halloween, she gets brutally attacked by someone, leaving her very, very badly injured. She's left with a really horrible, bad brain injury. And the doctor basically doctors tell her that you've got a week to live. You're on the verge of a very, very bad aneurysm, and when the aneurysm happens, you will die. Not something that you want to hear at 27 years old. So then she's like, right, it's like a race against the clock. I'm gonna die in a week. I want to find out who did this to me. So she takes it upon herself to try and find out who her killer is, because she's like, if I'm about to die, I want to find out who did this to me. So yeah, that's what she's gonna do. That's what she's gonna do. And I'm very, can this sticker come off? No, I think this is one of those stickers where it's like part of the thing. This sticker right here, this sticker can come off. I'll peel that off later. But yeah, because this is the Waterstones exclusive. And is it signed? I know, it is signed. It is signed by Miss Jackson herself. So yeah, if you would like to join us in reading this, you are more than welcome to do so. Just getting myself into the spooky season mood, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm done with summer. Where's Halloween? Anyway, so I'm going to be reading and reviewing that in August. Some other books here that I have that I am currently still reading. On my Kindle, I have a sequel to a fantasy romance series that I picked up in July. The first one was called Blood and Steel, and it's basically about this girl who lives in this world where she wants to be a war sword, who are these famous warriors that go out and defend the land and whatever, and she wants to be one of them. Now, women used to be able to join and be war swords, but then this prophecy came out about this daughter of darkness that was going to destroy everything, and they changed the law, and they were like, right, that's it, no more women are allowed to be war swords anymore. But she steps in there and shakes everything up, as the girly in a fantasy romance tends to do. So I'll talk more about it when I'm doing my wrap up, but I have the sequel to it on my Kindle, which I believe is called Vows and Ruins. I'm about 15% of the way through it. And yeah, why am I so itchy here? Like, can this itch just go away? Anyway, so I'm gonna be reading that, well, finishing it, hopefully, in August. Another one that I'm currently reading, Serpent in the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. I read this first on my Kindle maybe like 2-3 years ago, and I spotted the physical copies. And I was just like, do you know what? I love these the first time I read them, and I want to reread them. So, and I really like these covers, so I got them. So I'm currently reading this. I'm over 300 pages in. It's about this girl who grew up in the vampire world. She's not a vampire, she's a human. The Vampire King rescued her from the human world and basically raised her as his own daughter. And being the only human amongst all these vampires is very, very dangerous. And then there's this competition coming up where all the different vampire houses gather up and do all these different trials and stuff to find out who is basically the best, and at the end to find out who is going to be the like next ruler of everybody in the vampire kingdoms. So, and she puts herself in the games to, you know, try and prove her worth, if you will. So yeah, I love this the first time I read it. I gave it 5 stars, and still I'm thoroughly enjoying it this time. So, and of course I have the sequel, The Ashes and the Star-Crossed King, because I may as well. So this like this one is chunkier than the first one, but you know what, Carissa Broadbent, like, she's like Jennifer L. Armentrout. Like, her books may be long, but like I get through them so fast. So I have those two to keep me going should I need them. Now these next two, again, are rereads. Are we shocked? No. But I have here Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson. The 3rd book in this series is out. It is complete. But do I remember anything other than the basic plot? No. So it would be unfair to just jump into book 3, you know, without, you know, just a refresh. Do you know what I mean? I've got the audiobook all ready to go for this. I read it physically the first time, but I was just like, get the audiobook the first time, girlie. So this one, if you are unfamiliar, is basically about a secret government organization known as Her Majesty's Royal Coven, which is basically a group of highly powerful witches who help protect the country from bad supernatural forces. And it's you know, it's got plenty of, you know, all these women in here are amazing. Some of them are gay, which is great. So, you know, like, it's, you know, it's Juno Dawson. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna read a fantastic story and you're gonna learn something at the same time. So, and we love Juno Dawson in this house. We support trans authors in this house, and yeah, frankly, argue with a wall. Anyway, so there's that. And then the last one, Swordcatcher. Can't declare. Didn't get to this in July, clearly. But I've started it now. So I'm gonna, it's long, but I'm just gonna we're gonna take our time with these. We're gonna take our time with these because it's a marathon, not a race. No, actually, I'm not even a marathon. I'm just taking a walk. It's not even a marathon. I'm just taking a walk, you know? So this one is about these 2 young men, and one of them is a prince, the other one is an orphan. And when we meet the orphan when he's like 10 years old, and he bears a striking resemblance to the prince. So they basically are like, oh, we could bring him in and he could be sword catcher for the prince, which essentially means he's the prince's body double. And if anybody wants to kill the prince, then it would be him instead of the prince. So like, he could be out in the open, you know, risking his life, and then they sneak the prince away in the other direction. So that's essentially what this is. Because the sequel is out. The Ragpicker King is now out there in the world, and I have it out there on my shelf. But again, do I remember anything other than that basic plot I just gave you? No. So this right here, my loves, my lords and ladies and non-binary royalty and everybody in between, this is the TBR that we're going to tackle for the month of August. I've got a lot of thick books on here. And like I said, I just want to take my time. I just want to read and enjoy, because I mentioned, I don't know if I did mention, but my reading mood in July wasn't really all that great. Like, you know, because of them, okay? Because of them. They had taken up my life. And I just didn't feel like reading. I was too focused on that. So, and I was feeling a bit slumpy at the start of July. I'll be honest with you. Not a great time for me to say that I'm going to participate in a readathon. I flopped at the readathon, honestly. But anyway, that doesn't matter. I'm just going to read these and enjoy. Speaking of readathons, the announcement for the Introverted Reader readathon will be coming hopefully very soon. Don't worry, I will give you ample time to prepare for that. That's my own readathon that's happening in September. But don't you worry. Don't worry. I will give you ample time to prepare for that. I got a hair in my lip. No, I don't. Anyway, so this is it. What are you going to read in August? What you doing? How have you been lately? Let me know in the comments. Leave a like so the algorithm knows you like me. All my socials will be down there below. My Blue Sky, Instagram and Threads, TikTok, and my Goodreads. I'll try and remember it again. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the bell, do all the things, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.